Welcome back to another Monday update of our crypto projects. I swear that this won't be a long project, and I promise to quit lying in 2025. So we'll see what's going on. It has been a very interesting 24 hours, really since our last video, but just recently in the last 24 hours, actually last probably 10 hours, there's been some interesting happenings going on in some of our crypto projects, or some projects that we're not even into no more. Some that are continuing to scam people and Ponzi and blaming it on other people, and the sheep will just keep going along with it. It's just hilarious. At this point, it just becomes a comedy joke. But you can check my X for that. Subscribe to my X, and you can see those kind of posts before they get taken down and I get in trouble. Truth hurts. Some people can't handle it. So we're going to talk about some projects that are going on. We'll talk about the market a little bit and some recent rumors, not in fact, accusations, drama, days of our lives as the world turns in the general hospital, So let's get to it. Before we get started on this, please, y'all know I'm going to beg and plead for y'all. Hit that like button that's down there on one of these sides. Change my camera around, so now everything's backwards, just as I was learning everything. Just hit the thumbs up for me. It helps out this video, I guess, and it also helps out all the projects that we talk about, because I got them all tagged in the description. When people are looking for it, you can, they'll be able to find what we're talking about. So also subscribe. I'm at 25,000 plus subscribers. Even though certain project keeps saying that nobody wants to listen to me, and I just, ramble on about nothing. But hey, 25,000 people must like to listen to that. But make sure you hit that bell notification that's also down there, so that when I do quick videos on things that are kind of last minute, you make sure you get those notifications. Also, don't forget I do a live on Thursdays. It's getting more and more popular. And I know I got a lot of people who view it after. Can't seem to find the right time when to do that. But right now we're doing on 7 o'clock p.m. on Central Standard Time, Thursday nights. And we'll see you this Thursday. Come pass by. We don't have a certain agenda that we go on. We just kind of bring up a certain subject, and everybody in the chat starts chit-chatting about it. We go with it from there. So we'll go ahead and let's get started on going over some of these projects. Well, unless you've been living under a stone and you're not into any kind of social media, which you really should be if you're in crypto. I hate to say it. But as you can see, we hit a new all-time high today, which was this 107. This is on Bitstamp. It doesn't really matter which one you go to, whether it's Coinbase. They all had some kind of 107, 800. Either way, they were all looking pretty good. There's Binance had that 107, 400. It's funny how they always got a little bit of a difference. Crypto 107.77. But hey, I always do Bitstamp because it's the first one. So yeah, we had it. And what you're finding also is, look at this Bitcoin dominance chart. And within the last couple of, weeks, whatever it was, you've had it come up, and people were wondering what the hell was going on with alts and stuff like that. And I think some people are putting some money back into Bitcoin. Now, we all know eventually at some point, as you can see up here, you're going to have people start taking their profits out of Bitcoin, they put it into Ethereum, and then eventually after that, it goes into the other ones, and that's what starts the alt market. I have been saying, again, I'm not a TA person, none of this is financial advice, but I've been saying that alt season's not here, and the people who keep saying that don't know what they're talking about. They're not looking at prices and stuff like that. Another thing you have to be aware of is we are in this extreme greed section right here, and we know that usually that means it's kind of a high. And I don't, a lot of people put a lot of stock into this. I don't know. I do know that during that bear market, when we were in this bear market, you had Bitcoin come down into the fear side of that. And, George kept talking about how, look at it was a 26 to 30 and that kind of stuff like that last year. And that was the time to really be loading up. And of course, it was a fear, and people weren't loading up. They were scared of what was going to happen to it. Even though certain people were telling everybody, load up, load up, load up. They didn't do it. As far as the top 25 coins going, you have XRP that has come back into that number 3 spot. Look, I don't want the XRP army coming after me. I don't need them invading my house or anything like that or my channel. I still say the community is what brings this token value into life. That's my personal opinion. Not financial advice, but I don't understand it. But I guess XRP Army keeps saying that this is what it's supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be this and this, and they're bringing that. But at some point, their liquidity is going to run out because I think they're the ones putting most of it in there. Now, are we going to see an XRP ETF? Remains to be seen. Despite, depending on who you listen to, we'll see. But you can't doubt this fact that they have passed up Tether again, and they're back in the 3rd place. BNB is slowly losing some steam here. However, they are up a little bit. I mean, they are $700 when you compare to where they were just at some point, not too long ago. It's been, they're back down $214 a year ago. But you don't see a lot of newer stuff coming out on this, Binance Smart Chain or whatever you want to call it. And watching the videos that I watched, that's something that they mention a lot, is they're surprised even that they've hold on to this 5 spot. As far as Solana, everybody thought they'd be number 3 at some point. I'm trying to kind of figure that out myself, what's going on with them. I know there's some FUD going around that's not true, but that you're hearing this FUD that comes out that you have these deep in projects that are going to be bailing on Solana soon and going to peak or something else or base. And from what I've found and what I've read, none of that has been true. You have projects that just went to Solana and they're going to swap already and go to somewhere else. I don't think that that's accurate, but we'll see. We'll see. And I still think Solana is going to be a big player in this bull market. Cardano is one that's also creeping back up. At $1.07 right now, but we'll see. I'm still DCAing into AVAX. Something that I have never bought into, and just me being straight with y'all, is Chainlink. I know they got these posts that you're seeing on X and all this stuff like that, that Donald Trump's buying Chainlink, and they got this wallet and it says Donald Trump on it, and he's buying all this Chainlink. But then I saw another one just today on Twitter or X, that this is Donald Trump's wallet. He's buying all this stuff, and Chainlink wasn't on it. So, again, I haven't dug deep into it. So I'm sure one of y'all is going to say, no, we know for a fact he's buying Chainlink. Okay. But my point is, this is just like XRP. When people said that Trump supported XRP and that price jumped up, and then they found out that he never actually said anything about XRP. And I warned y'all that if y'all bought XRP lower and it was at 285, 287, 290 or something like that, I told y'all take profits, because when everybody finds out he didn't actually say the words or the letters XRP, the price is going to correct some. Some of y'all listened, some of y'all didn't. And I think the same thing's going to happen to Chainlink. It's up 30%. When you look at everything else, that's kind of high. I want to sip a little profits, let it correct a little bit, buy back into it if you like Chainlink, and then let it go up. We all know that Chainlink is a popular token, and it is going to go up in the next bull market, or this bull market, the bull cycle, whatever you want to call it. So let's go get into these projects. That's what some of y'all came here for, and let's get to that. So I have to be honest with y'all. My ADD's in overdrive because I am not only making this video, I'm currently monitoring Monday Night Football. I don't watch a lot of football anymore with the NFL with some of the stuff that went on, but I have been in a fantasy football league with some friends from high school since the year 2000. So we're on year 24 now, 23 now, 24. And it's a way for me to keep in touch with my buddies from high school that I played football with and stuff many, many years ago. And we're currently in the playoffs. So I am up by 20 points, give or take a little bit. And he's got 2 people going tonight. I got 1. And even though Burrow and Hubbard, them kind of let me down compared to what they've been playing, So I am kind of keeping an eye on that in between making this video. I have to get this video out tonight, so I'm trying to get it short, and I've already failed with that. But trying to get a video out tonight because the way the YouTube algorithm works, they want stuff, you know, regularly. And I already have videos planned for tomorrow and Wednesday. So I can't do this one tomorrow and do another one Tuesday. Doubling them up like that doesn't really help you. So I'm trying to get this one out tonight. All right, so we're finally getting to it. Let's go ahead and start talking about some of our projects and see what kind of updates we got. So still leading number one easily is, of course, Entropy, or as I like to call it, Entropy. So I am still, even with the price has been kind of staying the same. It is what it is. And you know, I'm making about $25 a day right now, still mining. I do have a second cred. I'll tell you that before. Today I did the math, and so far I've burned like $2,000 worth of tokens. I must be losing my mind. But hey, it's my way of showing the project that, you know, I'm trying to give back a little bit to it. But it has burned millions and millions of tokens. Like I said, I think it's like $3,000, $2,000, $2,500, $2,600 worth of tokens when I last did the math on that. So, but I'm getting about 125,000 entropy a day. You want to check the project out, justentropy.lol is the website. Also go, and then on there, on the bottom, there's a link for the Discord. If you want to get in, you got to dig your hole. You have to make it a hole that's impressive. You can't just go dig a hole with one shovel of dirt out of it. You don't have to dig a hole that you can go stand in or anything like that. I know it's hard for some people right now. I feel sorry for them because we have pictures on Twitter of people trying to dig holes and their ground is frozen. They got this weird white stuff that I've never seen before in my life that keeps falling from the sky and covering the ground and all that. You know, it is, you know, South Louisiana today, December 16th, we were 80 something degrees today. So that shows you, and they're calling for a hot Christmas between 70s and 80s right now. Now it is supposed to get down into the mid 30s later this week, but also it goes right back to 70s and 80s. So can't stay in a hot Christmas, but it is what it is. That's Entropy. Next is Soarchain. Some of y'all might be surprised by that. Soarchain, since my last video, has gone straight to mainnet. A little bit of controversy, of course, with that going on. Some people in the Discord aren't happy with some of the way some things have gone down with that release. It's only available on 2 exchanges right now, neither one available to the United States, unless you use some kind of different means, which we're not going to discuss in this. Price has been holding steady. You know, at first it was, you know, in the 2s, and then went to 3. Now it's at 4 cents and something. And my device is doing about 200 SOAR a day. I've explained this before, but just real quick, my phone will stay connected when I'm on my sofa or my TV. If I'm in my kitchen, it will stay connected to this device while it's in my driveway. My vehicle's parked in my driveway. If I'm at my office, if my phone's on the right side of me on my desk, you know, I have an L-shaped desk. If it stays on the right side of me, it stays connected. If I move the phone in front of me because I'm texting somebody, it disconnects. When I go to bed at night, it comes by me because I'm on call 24/7 for work. And, you know, I know some people keep phones in their vehicles the entire time, but I'm not keeping mine in there the entire time. Took a little trip over the weekend, went hunting on Saturday, so it stayed connected for, you know, I left the house at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get home till almost 9 o'clock at night, and it stayed connected in that truck that entire time. But I'm averaging about 200 tokens a day. When you do that math, it's about $8 a day. Now, for those who might be interested, again, that's the prices right now as of December 16th. My device stays on when the vehicle ignition's off. I understand that they have some people out there whose vehicles, when the ignition's off, the OB2 port does not continue working, so it can't work like that. Some people complain that it kills their battery or kills their vehicle or the battery in the vehicle. I have not experienced that. These devices are about $80-something. I do have a code to save 10%, which gives you, $8 to $10 off or something like that. And if you go look down in the description below, you can see that code and a website on how to purchase that. Again, if these prices stay the way they're at now, this is a project that you're going to ROI your money back in 10 days, if not less, depending on how often you keep it. Some people will take a phone and put a battery pack on it, or whatever you want to call it, and just leave it in the vehicle overnight. Therefore, it's staying connected. You'll get more than 200 tokens that way. And then you do the math. Now, I would tell everybody just go into the Discord, like with a lot of projects, to find out what's going on with this. One thing that we're bringing up is staking. I used to support, and I still personally support them. I don't want nobody to take that the wrong way. But Dashtech's who we use for validators. Some of y'all use different validators. They have seemed to kind of abandon that, from what I'm being told and reading in different places, is that these validators are not getting any information from Soarchain at all. Some of them are still looking for funds back. They're supposed to be getting refunds refunded to them or returned to them or just paid. And they're getting the runaround from Soarchain. And I have asked twice in 2 different days, actually 3 times in 3 different days, what happened to the original validators, because now Soarchain is offering staking again. You can stake it somehow through the app or something like that. They have different instructions, or a dashboard if you go through the desktop. I'm asking, why did you turn y'all's back on these validators that helped y'all out when y'all in testnet? And nobody wants to answer that. So that has kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way. Some people in the Discord aren't happy about the way that the token, like I said, was generated. Some people aren't happy with your testnet tokens. Testnet tokens are, I had close to 30,000 testnet tokens for Soarchain. They're being paid out at like a 0.6 or 65% level, somewhere around that, give or take a few hundreds of a percent. If you update your app, there is something in the settings that says testnet. You gotta go to settings, testnet, and then on there it will show you your broken down testnet tokens and the schedule that they're going to release. They're releasing those every 2 weeks, I think it is, over the next couple of months, and it breaks them. So mine will have like 1,000 the first week of January, another 1,000 maybe the third week of January, then another 1,000 another week of February, then 2 weeks later, and so on and so on. So if you're looking for your testnet tokens on Soarchain, that is where you find them. You go look in the settings section of your Soarchain app, and there's a testnet section. Again, you can read about all this in the Discord if you go to the Discord. Next, GeoDNet. GeoDNet's just moving along. I have nothing negative to say about them, which is, I know, is weird that I have nothing negative to say about a project, but they're just bumping along. I'm pumping along. I'm at $6 a day. Price is 24.6, which is about the same thing it was last week. So we're holding steady, and there's not really much I can say about them right now. Just a couple of updates. I didn't go over this one last week. I didn't see it. Just going through some GeoDNet stuff. They did upgrade their desktop console, or the console, so that you can see a couple things. Internet signal, higher the better. Weak signals, you try moving the Wi-Fi router around. If y'all caught some of my previous videos, when I first started messing with GeoDNet, I had a lot of Wi-Fi issues. I had to end up putting a secondary access point literally up the rear end of my GeoDNet device. Like, literally, this is the access point that's transmitting, this is the GeoDNet one, and they're literally this far apart, because when it was a little bit further, there was constant disconnects. I still get disconnects now, and yet I have something else that's also on the access point that shows the timer that hasn't been disconnected in days or weeks. But yet GeoDNet keeps dropping, and I gave up on it, to be honest with you. I kept getting told that it was my access point. But yet, when I told them my other devices never disconnected, they didn't want to hear that. But anyway, also internet latency, the lower the better. High latency may result from bandwidth heavy activities like video streaming and gaming. A dedicated router for your miners, popular solution seen in our community. My device, the only thing it has on it is also a CHIRP device, so I don't have that issue. But these factors may play a role determining extra rewards, high performing, but hey, Wallet Connect is live on governance, and you'll be able to connect with multiple wallets on that governance site. Give it a try. Miners disappear from the miners list has been fixed, and staking bonuses automatically sent with daily rewards. If you're interested in that, that's kind of the announcement from them. Also, for those who might be GeoDNet nuts that y'all are really interested in their project, on Thursday, December 19th, 10 a.m., I guess this is my time, they are having a end of the year project update in case you want to go check that out. All right, moving on. Next, we're going to have WeatherXM making about $1.82 a day. Give or take a few cents. Prices does fluctuate a little bit. Announcements for them. They had a proof of location rewards update or something like that. They identified an issue that caused, if you didn't get any proof of location rewards on December 8th, affecting 397 stations. They are working on it. And if you missed the Black Friday sale, they have more discounts on more devices if you're interested. I know the people out there who are still making it, they're making $1.80, $2 a day. Compared to some other projects, it's not too bad. It's $160 a month. Price goes up. Speaking of price, when you look at the price for last week, we are down 10%. We were at 64 cents, and it's come down. Some alts have come down since last week. Some have kind of stayed steady. So, y'all kind of make what y'all want. 64 cents down to 58 cents. Not nothing crazy that we have to panic about. All right, so moving on, we're going to NATIX. NATIX still making about 86 cents a day. Hey, it's a free project. I don't know what more I can really say about it. Going over some updates. They did have an issue with detection points appearing, so they came up with an additional mission to compensate you. I guess that's cool of them. They know there's an issue. They know you're missing points. They gave you an extra mission to make up for those points. It's not too bad. They reached 200,000 subscribers, and if you're interested, they held the HODL raffle, and this video shows them picking the HODL winners. Congratulations if you were one of them. As far as token price is concerned, over the last 7 days, they've come up 7%, and for the month now, they are up 136%. So, we'll give NATIX props where props are due. I know that they apparently have some buying customers because they're saying that income from those customers coming in is purchasing the NATIX, which they are burning or adding liquidity into those pools. Hey, however way they're doing it, I'll take 100% increase in a month any day of the week. I have HODLed all 100%. And one thing I still complain about that makes absolutely no sense is this fact that if you want to stake your NATIX, it hurts your HODL score. That makes 0 sense. If you want to promote people to stake, you don't hurt their HODL score. That's just, I don't understand that one at all. Moving on, we have ERWIN. ERWIN, I really don't know how to justify or put what the daily rate is. ERWIN is another project, kind of, I hate to say similar to Entropy, but it is something similar to Entropy. We have it in our ESP32 range for the ESP32 devices. I still say I'm going to do a video on what I'm going to do with this last one since we're not into that other project anymore. And I'm not even going to discuss it because I'm not happy with it. But here is ESP32. I don't know if I'm going to do some solar mining with it or something. I don't know yet. But for ERWIN, my issue is trying to figure out how do you justify what the daily price is, because if you don't open a box, you're getting about 50 cents to maybe $1 a day. However, if you open a box and you're lucky enough to be the person who opens the box, which is, I can say it's super rare, but it's not super easy either. I've only opened up one box. I've been in this project for 2 or 3 months now. But when you do open a box, you get a flat reward of like $65 or $70. At one time, it was like 80. I think I got 85 when I opened up mine, $85 for that one day. That was awesome. But they've kind of tweaked back those rewards for a box opener to try to send the love to the people who aren't opening boxes. So I don't know exactly what a box opener is getting now. But hey, that's That's ERWIN. Again, if you can get into the project, you're making 50 cents a day. And what's cool about it is, other than charging, which gets a little to be a pain in the butt every now and then, because I always forget to do it. Even though I'm in a Discord, I just still forget to go and charge every 3 days. That was supposed to change with the NFTs that were dealt with, you know, that you could buy, whatever like that. I'm hoping that does change soon. So you don't have to go recharge your device through Discord every 3 days. But, you know, we'll see what happens with them. But still in it, still rolling with them. Grass is another one. I can't tell you what the daily rewards are, because they haven't had another drop. And I still think they're losing their momentum. And I'll always still say I have been wrong about Grass since day one. As far as Grass concerned, the only announcement they really had was that they had Epoch 3 start. And that's about it. Price concerned, price is going up 25%. This is another mind-boggling thing to me. You've only had that initial drop the first week of November, yet you have all this volume going through there. You have all these changes going through there for some tokens that got dropped. I just think they're losing momentum. But hey, if this continues to pay the way that this first initial drop paid, I might have to move this up to one of my top 1 or 2 projects. It just sucks that it's going to be so much. From what I understand, like the next drop's not going to happen until all these epochs are done. They're talking about, when I'm reading, 7 or 8 epochs again, like it was the last time or something like that. And I don't know how accurate that is. That's just what I'm reading in Discord from people. But I have to say, if they do another drop like I got from the first one, this is going to be a top 1 or 2 project. You know, it's going to give. It's going to be probably underneath Entropy, if Entropy keeps those rewards up, and probably above Soarchain. You know, when you look at this chart right here, that is what we're looking at with Grass. So hey, if you're not in Grass yet and you're interested in joining Grass, I have a referral link in the bottom. Please use it, because the referrals help me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You know, I'm a straight person, straight channel to y'all, but it also helps y'all because it also gives y'all a bonus to start out with. And the more people you refer, the better rewards you get. I have increased my Grass miners by 3 more devices. I added a bit harvest device. You know, all my bit harvest devices, I think I'm up to 6, and I just had to go get a miner, a old Wingbits station down from a location that we decommissioned at where I have this device at, without putting out too much information out there. And I'm planning on converting that one to a bit harvest device. That will be my 7th bit harvest device. And when I get that one done, I already got a buddy who's going to host it for me. We already worked out something. I had to really help him out with something different, completely kind of uncrypto related. And I said, hey man, can I plug this in at your house? Sure, no problem. And it's going to run bit harvest. I'm sorry, it's going to run Wingbits, because it's a Wingbits station already. So I already have my DIY license. It's got Helium on it, so it's going to run a Helium node. It's going to run Grass. It's going to run hivemapper, and you know it's going to run CureCoin. And I got to get a video done on CureCoin, but that's for Grass. If you're not in Grass yet, well, that's what I was getting at. I'm sorry. And so that'll be a device I add on Grass. And then I also took 2 old computers that I had on, wiped Linux off of that, which was Ubuntu or Debian, whatever you're using back then. Took a Windows 10 key, threw Windows 10 on it, have that on other networks in other locations, running Grass and Honeygain and CureCoin. Those 3. I will do a video on Honeygain and CureCoin at some point. It's on my list. But Grass is something else. Again, we're going to find out a lot at the end. That's why I haven't really been hyping up Grass too much, because I don't know what we're going to make out of this next. You know, the first one, we ran that for a year, 2 years, whatever it was, 1.5 years. This one's only going to be now for what, 2 or 3 months. So I'd like to see what we're going to make out of that before I go all head over heels into Grass. I still suggest it to people, don't put it on a computer that you normally do financial stuff on. I don't trust it that much yet. People tell me I'm silly and I'm stupid. That's just me. If you have an old laptop, an old computer that you can plug in and throw it off in a corner, you have a device running, you know, Crank or BitHarvest, one of these third party, you can add grass to that. I suggest you run it. It doesn't cost anything to get into it. Next, we're going to talk about Helium IoT devices. I have still about 16, 17 of them online and making about 50 cents a day with each of them. Ends up being, don't quote me on it, I don't know what the math is on it, $7.50, $8 a day, give or take. Some are in poorer areas, some have a lot of good connections, and making them, you know, $7.50, $8 a day. I'm taking those tokens, and I'll be honest with you, right, for the last week or so, maybe more than that, I've been taking them every day and buying peak. I have to take the IoT, convert it to USDC, send that USDC over to Crow or crypto.com app, and then buy my peak with that. And I've just been loading my bags of peak, and I'm going to continue to load my bags of peak, because if all these, keep telling y'all, if all these projects keep going to it like they're saying they're going to it, I'm talking about even the new projects, not the rumor of projects currently on Solana or something else going to peak. I'm talking about the new projects that are coming out going to peak originally. So I'm buying peak, using my IoT. When you look at what the price has been doing, price has come up 14% in 7 days. And actually it was more than that, because at one time it was at 0.0016, and it has come back down now to 0.0014. So up 14% for 7 days, still up 41%. When you look at Helium was up. So for 7 days, that's also up 13% up to right here. Now, I don't know how much IoT and Helium are now pegged together with this vote that came through, if that's even started yet, or that don't start till January. It's one thing I really don't know about. But yeah, I know I got a big bag of Helium HNT still. And when I saw this $10 price earlier flashed, I got a little alert. I got a little excited. Thank a lot of you. I'm hoping Helium can do, hey, if it doesn't even do $40, $50, I'd like to at least get close to that. And I'm selling. I'm taking profit. If y'all saw my post earlier on Helium, on X today, I'll tell you I'll take profits when Bitcoin was hitting that all-time high. At some point, you know, the whales are going to get back in. I was supposed to mention that earlier, and I didn't. I might go back and record that part. I don't know. As far as mobile's concerned, I know some of y'all are in mobile, and the last 7 days, y'all, we're about the same price, 13.58, 13. So I guess all this price stuff that we were seeing earlier is kind of over with, but we are still up 77% in the last month, 0.0075 to 0.0013. So, you know, it's, you almost doubled it, but, you know, I'm not gonna get on the whole hash thing again about votes and what votes did and didn't happen. To me, there's no reason to turn your IoT or your mobile devices off. Either if you're making little things, just let it roll. DIMO, I'm still in my FDIMO mode. Hey, I'm making $3.30 a week, 47 cents a day. If you want to buy a device that takes 200 days, if you buy a DIMO Macaron, the cheaper one, you know, 90-something dollars, $100 with shipping and all that, if not more, you're going to take 200 plus days to ROI that. Now, you have these other devices that are out now that supposedly make more rewards than that, but it's still not really like overwhelming. But I don't know what's going on with DIMO. No answer to my tickets on why my other device, even though it said connected, I lost my streak. So my two devices that have been connected for 48 weeks or something like that, getting 19 DIMO a week. And then my device that is new because they screwed up something, I lost my streak again, is on the second week, is only making like 9.5 DIMO a week. So for those people who are thinking about buying something new, you'll be making 31 cents a day. So that's a little bit longer ROI than what we figured before. So you'll be well over 200 days if you buy a macaron. And that was with them supposed to be increasing the rewards, if you remember that got passed. So moving on, because I'm taking too much time. Next, going into our testnet. Wingbits. I have been talking to the people at Wingbits. I'm telling y'all, they are a steel trap. And they tell me how much they support my channel. And hey, Grumpy, you've been with us for this long, you know, from the beginning. And we really appreciate the support. We want to do an AMA with you. We're looking at getting your device, but we're not going to leak any information to you. And I'm like, well, what kind of fun is that? You know, I'm supposed to be like the inside guy Wingbits, man. I've been here for 15, 16 months now, whatever it is, since last April. But the reason I tell you that I laugh, but I'm not, I mean, I'm being serious, is that should make y'all feel good about the integrity of this project. Is that, sure, they could give me some kind of leaked information and, you know, I could kind of leak that out to y'all and draw this excitement up and stuff like that. That would be better for the project. But he said, nah, man, we good. You got to figure it out on your own like everybody else. So right before my live went on Thursday, they came out with this announcement right here. I got to point opposite of which way my screen is. Y'all know me. I, whatever that word is, Mr. Negative. I tell you the same joke. I could win $1 million in the lottery scratch off, and I would be negative about it because I would have to go and give half of it to taxes and they don't deserve it. Let's talk about the good first. The good is we just talked about how Soarchain did a 0.65 testnet. Grass was even worse than that. And a lot of people complained. And Wingbits has decided they're giving you a 1-for-1. When you go in your dashboard and you see 1-for-1, now, one thing I'm a little confused on, but I'm pretty sure that what you see on your dashboard is a total of what all your stations combined collected. Now, that does not include if you have wallets for your host, like I have certain deals with 4, now soon to be 5 hosts for Wingbits, and the percentage that me and that host agreed on, I have in the wallet section of Wingbits for that station, which I'm going to say this again, I think is absolutely awesome that you don't have to worry about you and your host deals. Whatever you and your host decided that you giving your host 37.5% of whatever that device makes, you go in there, you put your, for whatever the 3-word is of your, you know, device, Happy Smith Strawberry or whatever it is, and you go into that device, you press the host thing, it asks for that host Solana wallet, you put the percentage in, 37.5, boom. And now that host gets that. You don't have to worry about it. I think that's awesome. I think that's actually awesome. I'll give them credit on that. I don't know if they're the first to come up with that or where they stole the idea from. Whoever they stole the idea from, you're awesome for thinking of that. But my point I'm getting at is if you know what your testnet token is supposed to be, you're getting 1-for-1 of that in Wings tokens. So that is a good positive. Now, negative, this is me being personal, this is me being selfish, but that same thing we talked about for 1-for-1, those pre-test tokens or the testnet tokens, DevNet tokens, I'm sure somebody will come correct me, DevNet tokens, those DevNet tokens will be now broken up over 12 months and issued over 12 months. I understand why they did that, because if you go and drop them all at one time, that can really wreck the price. It's a brand new token getting on CEXs for the first time, and you could really do some damage by giving people all these tokens. You know, I have can't remember exactly what I have. I don't want to lie to y'all. 300, 400,000 of these testnet tokens. Could you imagine me dropping 400,000 tokens on the CEX day one? I wouldn't. I'm gonna tell you right now, whatever I get, I'm holding on to a while. We just starting this bull market, bull cycle. You're an idiot if you sell early. But again, no disrespect to anybody out there. What y'all financial situation is on y'all. Some of y'all want to make sure that y'all get some of y'all ROI back on your devices. Whatever y'all do, y'all do. So I can understand them. I just wish it wasn't 12 months. I would say hold off for 30 days when it gets listed, and then start after 30 days, but do it maybe over 6 months. Another thing I didn't agree with, and look, I told them this. I'm not going to sit there and lie to y'all, and we discussed it back and forth. Robin right here actually contacted me. We talked about it back and forth, and I said, I'm probably more disappointed, even though it's less money. But hey, when I bought hexes, I chose to have my refunds in the tokens. That to me showed all of you, all my subscribers, how much I believed in this project, because I said, hey, I bought 20, don't quote me on, I want to say I bought like 20 plus hexes at $20 or $25 a piece. Do the math. I could have had that money back and put it into another project. But no, to show my faith of how much I believed in this project, I said, nope, I don't want my refund. But I don't remember on my form it saying that was going to be spread over 12 months. The form, they shared, a couple other people said that too, and they showed that on their Discord. Here's the form you filled out, the Google form, and it says right on top, distribute over 12 months. I'm telling you, I don't remember that, because I would have complained back then about it. Would I have changed my mind? I don't know, because I would have had to make my decision back then. And I said, I think that could at least been spread out over 6 months or less, because that was us giving Wingbits faith that we believed in this project, a show of faith. We don't want all this money back right now. We have faith that this project will make it. Y'all gonna have a TGE and be able to give us our tokens. Another issue I have with the 12 months is those same host deals I just talked about. Some of these hosts, they only get me like 10, 12 tokens a day. And when you look at the percentage of what they're actually going to get after the deal we made, they have no idea how, some people have no idea how crypto works. And you're telling them, hey, we're taking a chance. We don't know what this is going to be worth, but hey, at the end of this year or Q1 2025, they'll be coming out with tokens and you'll start getting paid. And they're thinking they're going to get paid for the last 3 months that they've had a host device. And now you got to tell them, oh, by the way, those rewards are going to be paid over 12 months. And you were only making 4 tokens a day. I don't know how well that's going to go over. Not going to lie to you. And I did. And Robin took that into advisement. I don't know if that's going to change anything. But, I'm going to tell y'all what I did. This is me. And I'm not saying that any of y'all have to do this. I'm not suggesting any of y'all do this. None of this is ever financial advice. I kind of went back and looked at my 4 host stations I have now and looked at the tokens that they were generating. My one station that's like in Idaho that's doing wonderful. Probably my top 2 or 3 station. I didn't mess with what the percentage is that we changed. My 2 other host stations that are getting 7 or 10 tokens a day, I upped their percentages a pretty good bit. What I look at it is I have 14 stations right now. Some of them are doing, I'm making about 1,000 tokens a day, give or take a little bit. Some of my stations are getting 10 tokens a day. Some of them are getting 300 or 400 a day. So for those ones that are really, really weak, I went and upped their percentage to like 75, 80% to keep them happy when this rolls down. And that's what I did. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The other one, I kind of tweaked it just a little bit more into his favor, because he's one of my middle tiered stations. I'm sorry I'm taking so long on this, but I think this is just a big important thing to come up. Maybe I need to do my own exclusive video discussing this again. Or if I can ever learn how to take this one excerpt, I might do that. So another thing about Wingbits, also you have Geosigners. They're hoping Geosigners, and that's what we saw on the websites. They're hoping that those Geosigners are delivered and shipped before the end of the year in December. They're telling me they don't expect us to get an early. I was hoping we get a little early Christmas present of those devices that have been ordered, like these right here, before the first of the year. And they're telling me don't put your hopes up on that one. But that is the little sneak peek that I was able to pry for him was, nah, it ain't going to happen. Still, January or Q1, 2025 for your devices right here to get listed. So but Geosigners should be coming soon. And I'm thinking those, at one time they were talking about 90 days to get those hooked up. I'm thinking you're going to see that get reduced some. A lot of people, including myself, think 90 days is way too long. And I got 14 devices, plus my friends and family that I take care of. So I probably got 20 devices I have to get Geosigners hooked up on. And I still think 90 days is too long. The sooner we get Geosigners and they can get rid of these scammers and these people gaming the system, the sooner we can go TGE, the sooner we can go mainnet. They don't want to go mainnet until these Geosigners are hooked up because they know they got people gaming. And it's not right to give them all them tokens. I think that's going to shut down some stations. Not a lot. I don't think there's a lot of people gaming, but it's going to still shut down some of those. And if you get 1 or 2 stations in your area that you cover, and those gaming stations get taken down, that's going to help you and your rewards out. So I don't know what they're going to decide on. My suggestion was 45 days. And if you need longer than 45 days or even 30 days, but if you need longer because you can't get to a device, you put a ticket in. I don't think all of us need 90 days, 3 months to get to a device. Now, there'll be 1% of y'all that, like me, I have one where the guy's not going back to his house until like April. It's a rental or something like that he owns. And he ain't going back to it till April. It's out of state from where he lives at. And I'm just going to miss out. That's all there is to it. I mean, what other choice you got? So we'll see how that works out. So that's what's going on with Wingbits. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm still seeing people there. Oh, and I want to go over this also. There is a stage, whatever you want to call it, AMA tomorrow. I'm going to set alarms for this. I really want to, and I think Discord adjusts this for your local time, I'm hoping. And this is my local time here, 10:30 a.m. Central time. But I am gonna, I do want to make this. I've missed like the last 1 or 2. I'm setting alarms for this one, so I will be, y'all check this out. But what I wanted to say was also is that I am still seeing these devices roll out. People still rolling out. Again, check your area. Make sure your area can handle another station. And if there's no stations around you, you are ripe for this. Somebody put on there in the Discord, asked me on their Discord, asked about, hey, I live in this area. Do you think I should be putting a station up? And I saw his area and I'm like, yesterday. Take vacation right now. Tell him you got to go home from work because you're puking and go put the station up. He didn't have a station within 400 miles. I'm trying to explain to him how excited he should be. Even if he has a DIY station license. I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Like every hex the best you can maximize that install, the highest you can get that antenna without killing yourself over every obstacle you can, every hex you cover, you are getting 100% of those rewards. 100%. There's nobody else around you. So I wouldn't wait a month for this stuff to come in or just whenever I get around to it. But that's me. Might be a little more priority for me than what it is for him. He's the one that's been holding on to a DIY license for who knows how long, 3 months now. All right. So that's enough about Wingbits. I'm going to do this an exclusive video on that one. That's a lot to cover, and I didn't realize until I started speaking about it. Silencio, listen. Wingbits, we know where we at with Wingbits. I almost put Silencio number 1. As you can see, I've changed these around, so I didn't even get a chance to change the numbers. Silencio, we have been hammering Silencio. If you have not seen my shorts and my shorter videos and stuff like that, we're all hammering Silencio. Our grass airdrop was so good. How do you not push Silencio? Silencio has another airdrop. They just increased it. But the biggest thing for all of us is just like grass is, I'm trying to move up this ranking. I have been busting my butt. In the last video, I was ranked like 1190. This is how much I moved in a week. I've been hitting this every day. Some places I went over the weekend had venues to check in. Venues is where it's at. If there's a venue that has not been hit, for that 15 seconds, you're getting 100 plus tokens or points. Also, referrals is where it's at. You look at Tech Hustler. I keep saying I'm trying to beat Tech Hustler. This is just something I'm striving for. I will never catch up to Tech Hustler. I'm hoping y'all help me out. If y'all not in Silencio, please use my code SJSO395 to try to get this. But with Silencio, I'm hoping. There you go. I'm hoping y'all join along. Silencio just increased, like I said, the percentage of their airdrop. It's going to be on peak. Y'all know I've been buying the peak token. So I know Silencio I didn't talk too much about in the past, but I'm pushing it hard. It doesn't cost anything to get in. Kind of like we're about to talk with another project that's starting to have some issues and some doubts. This one right now, you're not seeing anything like that. People are pushing it. People are hustling. People know that at some point this airdrop's coming. Mainnet's coming. Again, it's free. I've been trying to push this even on friends that really not even crypto. I'm like, hey, when you're sitting at dinner, or you're sitting at your kid's ball game, you're sitting like, I had a buddy who went to a football game over the weekend, college football game, hit the button. Went to some other kind of event at some stadium. Stadium had a venue, wasn't even done yet, made 100 points as soon as he walked in the door. So if you're not into Silencio, please consider getting into it. It doesn't cost anything. Help me try to catch up to Tech Hustler. He has a lot more referrals than I do. I'm trying to show up. Just trying to show up to the fight, to the game, whatever you want to call it. Silencio is announcing they're live on peak. First fully on-chain DPIN is setting the standard for decentralized networks. Told y'all getting this peak game, but hey, not financial advice. This is just what Grumpy's doing. But I guess I'm going to do full deep dive on this and what this announcement is and do a video, because I know this video is getting long after I just sat here and talked about Wingbits for 30 minutes. But again, y'all still have time to get in this project. Please use my code SJSO395. You still have time to get in here. Download it on your phone. It's going to ask you for the code that you use, SJSO395. That gets you a bonus. You get a head start. It ain't just about helping me out. It's helping you out. And then when you see the ranks, trust me, the first 3 or 4 columns, one's, ruby, another one is whatever color. Those you move through. If you're hitting them and you hitting those venues, you're going to get through those very quickly and get to that diamond section. Trust me, my kids, who I've downloaded on their phone because they wanted to get involved in something, and they saw me doing it at dinner time all the time when we went out to eat for these different venues and events, they wanted to get into it. I mean, I say kids, they're my kids. They'll always be my kids and my babies, but they're teenagers, 16, 18 years old. But my point is, they can do it, and they've moved up into these ranks. I have faith in y'all. A little bit of effort to it, and y'all can do it. I was at my hunting camp. I hunted on Saturday, all day Saturday. And, when I moved around, scouted around, doing whatever, I was running Silencio the whole time. So the only thing you can't do is you can't run it while you're driving. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to do a full kind of deep dive on this announcement. What I'm trying to find out is, I want to try to find out, the most what I'm trying to find out is, when is the airdrop and how much time? I have about 3,000 hexes I need to get 25,000 hexes, which is a 25,000 point reward. And I'm determined to get that done before the airdrop or whenever the snapshot is. I got to find it out. I cannot remember whose code I used. I don't know if there's a way to even find it. I wish there was. Whose code did I use to get into Silencio? Because they gotta be very happy. I know I have a decent amount of referrals, but I'm gonna tell you, there's only like 10 people active on it. So it doesn't matter how many referrals I have. There's a way of pinging people I did that one time. I don't know how it pings people if it texts them. I'm not going to bother them over it. But look, if y'all could just help me out, download it, use my code, use it for 2 or 3 days at least to give me some credit. And maybe you'll find out that, my hope is that you'll find out that, hey, this is pretty easy when I'm sitting around doing nothing, and I can run this, make a little passive income. All right, what's our next project? Next newest project is 375 AI. I've been very active in the Discord with this. They still got some bugs. They are, when we say testnet, they are testnet. Now, y'all know me. I can tell y'all I'm very into project, and I can be very into project. I'm excited for 375 AI, and I have been giving their Discord holy hell because I drove for 2.5 hours on Saturday and my hexes didn't populate. And I had the app even open sometimes. And when you go to the Discord and there's a testnet section, when you find these kind of bugs to put it in testnet section, they were giving this, me and a couple of people had this problem too. The mods just give this canned answer of, it may take 24 hours for hexes to show up. I understand that. But my problem was I would have like every 10 or 15 miles, one dot show up. Another 10, 15 miles, one dot show up. Another 10 miles, one dot show up. So it was like it was bugged out. And instead of them looking into it, understand the 24 hours thing. That's when you have no hexes showing up at all. I was having occasional hexes. So there was something else going on with it. And what I did is I restarted my iPhone. And on the way back, I counted all those hexes. 2.5 hours. But I would have had 2.5 hours work because I took a different way to the hunting camp and I took a different way back just for the hexes. So for those who want to get in 375 AI, it's another app that you can download on your phone. It stays running in the background. iPhone users, I would suggest that once a day, if not twice a day, y'all force close it, open it back up. I don't know too much about the Android side. Check the Discord. They were talking about some stuff in Android before, but you let it run, just let it roll. If you need a code to get in, please use my code in the description below. If you're trying to get in, there's a waiting list. However, if you use my code below, you can get into this without any type of wait list. CHIRP. As y'all can see, CHIRP has moved down the list. Now, I could be just a victim of some bad FUD going around. But y'all know, after coming from DeFi and getting scammed by them, when I start hearing stories, sometimes I put a little too much faith in them. Sometimes I've learned you need to listen to them. If you have not been to the CHIRP Discord lately, I would suggest you go to it. Again, I am not purposely trying to spread FUD. I have been a CHIRP proponent. Even talked about buying another $800 device. So please don't think I'm just trying to spread FUD or anything like that. That's why I'm saying y'all can go to the Discord and read for yourself. There are people who are arguing that the TGE portion, mainnet portion, the listing portion just keeps getting moved back and back and back, which is an accurate statement. Since August, when we're doing all that stuff on Entropy and all that stuff like that, mainnet soon, TGE soon, listing soon, all this stuff like that. Then it got delayed to September, then October. Then it was, we're waiting for this Cage thing. And then now Cage is only available on Android. They're trying to say iOS doesn't allow measuring of other networks or Cage. That's what Cage is for, which is BS, because the project we just talked about previously, which is 375 AI, does that same exact thing, including 7 other apps that are argued with them in their Discord. And I listed 7 different apps. Half of them I have on my phone because I do RF stuff for work, including cellular. And there are apps on an iOS device that measure network strengths, whether it's 4G, 5G, cellular, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, whatever it is. Don't sit here and tell me these other people in that Discord might not know what they're talking about and they're going to listen to you. Don't argue with me that the reason y'all didn't put Cage out for iOS because y'all couldn't pass their whatever was because it's a network measurement thing. Y'all got to fool somebody else. So that rubbed me wrong to begin with. And then right after that, they had somebody who came in here, started accusing this of being another project that kind of failed, renamed, and had all these pretty PowerPoints and slides and stuff showing how this was something else. That was at 2 o'clock p.m., 3 o'clock p.m., which was 4 hours ago. And you have not seen a peep out of the CHIRP crew. They have not come in there to delete the comments if it was false, boot the person out, argue against all the stuff that this person's bringing up. Some people who are in the project, of course, you know, so how some of these people are, they look at everything through rose-colored glasses, who automatically say, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 but yet they have no evidence to back up their arguments out of it. The person does bring up some pretty good points about fundraising, putting some devices out. It kind of makes you wonder, but also this could be the usual thing with some projects, because you had this with Grass, and you had this with Soarchain, and you had this with certain other projects where when mainnet or listings don't come fast enough, you start getting this dissension. Now, one thing that really chirped everybody's butt, if I use that pun, is when people were asked today, what started all this was when they said, when's TGE? And most of us relate the word TGE, that's a word, acronym, with mainnet listing. When is it going full bore? Well, the CHIRP team came out and tried to say, oh, we've been to TGE. We announced 2-3 weeks ago that TGE is now on SUI. Well, technically, they're not wrong, but we all know if you've been in crypto in these projects for longer than 5 minutes, you know that when people say TGE and stuff, they mean mainnet listings and stuff like that. So now CHIRP's trying to say, oh, well, back in August when we kept telling y'all TGE was coming, we hit that now because we have the CHIRP token. Now, y'all can try to skew this all y'all want. It's just a bad look when you're going to try to justify that y'all are not really delayed and nothing else delayed because y'all want the TGE, and they want to sit there and talk about how great Cage is. And if you listen to what this person says, all it was try to be able to fundraise some more. I don't know. Officially on this channel, my stance is I don't know. But I'm not going to ignore it either after I've been burned on previous projects that y'all come to this video and listen to all this rant for an hour so that y'all can get this information. Again, I'm telling y'all, this could be straight FUD, and by the time y'all get to Discord, it could be deleted. But I'm going to tell you right now, as I look on this Discord right now, it's all still here. You know, another thing, issue is people have brought up, not just as one person, people brought up the fact that there's always been some excuse why listing can't happen. I've always made the excuse, you know, DeFi right now is using another excuse, which is complete nonsense on why Binance is not going to list them. Complete lies, but of course their sheep will listen to them. And I've always said you have stupid meme coins like, you know, cat with sweater vest, whatever the hell meme coin gets listed with the right negotiation, and it's only been out for a week. But yet, CHIRP's trying to say that first they couldn't do it because of market volatility, then it was a different excuse. Now they're trying to say that it's going through some kind of D&D thing or something like that. I don't know. So people are saying it's one excuse after the other. They call them the BS flag, but we don't know. And you know what I said in this people arguing back and forth, and I just kind of stepped in a little bit, and I just said, this same thing happens with every project, like I said earlier. And as soon as they get listed, this will all be forgotten about. But you can't blame people for start acting like this when you keep moving the field goal. For those people who are familiar, you know, with that adage is you keep moving the field goal back, and people are going to start getting upset. You keep changing what you're saying, TGE or mainnet or listings, and when you can't get listed because of this, We just can't get listed right now because of this. And then that gets solved, and now there's another issue. Now there's another issue. You can't get upset or not expect this kind of stuff to happen. It gets listed, we'll forget. These people are going to forget they ever had these arguments. They're going to be happy. Just being honest. We'll see. We'll see how this all turns up. I just feel that I need to present that to y'all. Make your own decisions. You can read about it in the Discord if it's still there. By tomorrow, that all could be deleted and could have these other excuses. Who knows? Last but not least, if y'all still awake with me, BitHarvest, we're still pumping along with BitHarvest. I just told y'all I'm probably going to add my 7th device to their network. I'm using their fleet dashboard now. Been testing that out for them. You know, it kind of keeps everything in one screen. You can see where everything's at. And so my device that I just took down, that I had to take down, when I get more than 2 seconds to breathe, I'm going to put on a new, I thought I had a card right here, but I'm going to take a new, I knew I had a card somewhere. I'm going to take a new SD card, put the BitHarvest firmware on it. This is a MNTD device from Helium. So it's going to be a very easy, the easiest ones you can do. I'm going to burn the OS for BitHarvest on it, get it set up, and get set up all those projects you see on the bottom right there. Helium, Curecoin, Honeygain, Wingbits, because it has a Wingbits DIY thing already. Pawn apps, you know, you can even do ERWIN, whatever, if you have an ERWIN code. Honeygain, you know, I'm supposed to keep up with. My Honeygain is at $19 now. And the reason I know that's because the threshold to get refunds is $20, or to get your rewards into your wallet. And I know I'm right before the threshold. So what I made, $6 in a week. I mean, I have 4 or 5. Honeygain is it's kind of like grass. I call it kind of grass light, because you're not, and who knows? We don't know what grass I'm paying per day or per week. I know I have 5 or 6 devices paying into Honeygain. And I got to tell y'all, during hunt season, I collected $100 out of it. It ran for about 9 or 10 months with a couple of devices going into it, running Honeygain, and I got $100 out of it. So I still support it. Hey, it's been a long video. Please, I know some of y'all think I'm pandering to y'all, but hey, it makes the world go round. Christmas time. I gotta buy Christmas gifts for my kids. But Silencio is just a personal thing. Like, I am striving to get more. I'm trying to up my rankings, and part of the rankings not only is me going every day and doing some Silencio, it's also the referrals. It's all kind of combined in. So I'm asking y'all, if y'all have not did Silencio yet, download it, put my code in, do a couple of readings for me, and help a brother out. HiFix AI. If y'all need anything from HiFix AI, use the code TheGrumpyDad. Again, I get an email every time somebody uses my code, and I'm getting emails. So that shows you the popularity of these projects still, and people getting hyped up, and I think for good cause. Talking again to, and I don't even want to reveal the little bit that we did talk about. You know, like I said, it's a good team between, you know, me talking to Robin, me talking to 1 or 2 of the other guys. Some of y'all know who that is. I have to say, they're like a steel box, and I'm trying to take a screwdriver and trying to, you know, break that steel box, and just trying to give me, you know, hey, give me some ideas, and that should make y'all feel better about that project. But I think they got some real big things coming up soon. So again, if you want in 375 AI, I have a code down below. If you want to get in Soarchain, as of right now prices as of December 16th, less than 10 days, depending on how long you keep your phone hooked up to that device, tethered, Bluetooth, whatever. It should take you 10 days, possibly less, maybe 2 or 3 days more. But either way, let's just say it's 2 weeks. How many projects right now, other than Entropy, how many projects right now are you ROIing on your device in less than 2 weeks? Not many. So, grass, if you want to get in grass, I have a code for that also. It gives you a bonus that's in the description below too. So I'll be putting out more videos this week, watching these, all the price action going on with a lot of these projects, and Bitcoin, Solana, and all these other ones that we're following peak. And I'm thinking about doing like a Twitter post, every week also saying these are my top 3 projects right now with current pricing, just to make it simple for people who don't want to sit here through an hour video when it be rambling on. Right now, that's Entropy, Soarchain, GeoDNet. That I still say when grass drops, we don't know when that's going to be. And that might not be till quarter 1 or quarter 2 of 2025. I can't see them waiting that long to give tokens out again, but who knows? Who knows? Silencio, please, again, get into it. And we'll see what happens to this CHIRP thing. I did a quick scan just now, and it looks like somebody's starting to delete all those FUD, whatever you want to call them, conspiracy Discord chats as we speak right now. So waiting to see if somebody addresses it or not. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, next week, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, you let that go TGE or mainnet and get listed, nobody's going to remember none of this stuff that happened tonight. So we'll see. So other than that, it's been a long night, been a long Monday, been a long weekend. Let's take a quick peek on what is Grumpy's fantasy team doing. Oh man, 99%. Justin Jefferson is in the red zone, 27 yards. Boy, I'm lucky. I am lucky that the guy I'm playing against, and I can't say nothing too quick, but so far he's got 0 points. DJ Moore's got 4.8. Justin Jefferson got at least 1 touchdown, 27 yards. Man, that's weak sauce, man. He was like probably the top 3 or 4 wide receiver. But hey, it's the playoffs. You win, you move on. You're out. And I'm also in a Survivor League. Started with 100 players, 100 people in a Survivor League where you pick the NFL team that's going to win each week. Well, we got three weeks left of a season. I'm one of 7 people left. 7 people left. And it's $20 to get in, times 100. Do the math. No, but the problem is now you can only pick the team. And once you pick that team to win, you can't pick them ever again. And the problem is right now, it's like a long-term strategy thing. Because if you go pick all the great teams at the beginning of the year, you have no teams left. Now I'm starting to have that issue is, what teams do you start picking? So, hey, y'all always wonder why I'm going bald and I don't get no sleep because I'm in so many different things. My poor side business, luckily it's got a website and people can order straight from it. My poor side business, cbsynthetics.com, which is on my hats and stuff like that. cbsynthetics.com. If anybody wants to help me out with that, if y'all need oil for y'all's vehicles, synthetic oil for y'all boats and ATVs and all the fun stuff, help me out with that. But luckily, it kind of runs on its own after I've been in that now for 18 years. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with everything. And got a lot of stuff keeping me busy, a lot of stuff going on. Still got to get this done. Got to get this microphone audio thing because I can see the little red line pegging out, even though I keep turning it down. The red line still pegs out, and I know it sounds like crud. So I'm done. I'm talking too much. This video is going to be an hour and a half before it's over with. Many videos coming this week. Don't forget about my live on Thursday. A lot of exciting stuff. Wingbits. I'm going to get this AMA done with Robin because, I'm embarrassed to do it. I don't think my setup is professional enough to do AMAs with a company like that. He said again in this PM, we're not worried about that. Let's do the dang thing. So at some point, we're going to get that done. But thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all in the next video.